Velocity TV begins now.
Good evening and welcome to another rendition of Full Velocity TV, Dirt Slingin Outlaws, super late models here tonight, championship night. Alongside of me now, joining me up in the booth, he was down there racing pro late models earlier, Michael Massey joining me. Welcome to Full Velocity TV, Mike.
Thank you, Todd.
A little bit of insider information of how to get around the track, maybe. I know I suck down there. Mike's a little bit faster than me. That's why he's down in the car a little bit more than I am. But pro late models a little bit different animal than the super late models, isn't it, Mike? What kind of differences are there?
Well, there's a major horsepower differences. You know, the pro late models, you can let the throttle hang out a little bit more. And the super lates, it's all about throttle control and traction and getting the best bite than the guy next to you. And they're a lot of fun, and they have a lot of power.
Definitely have to echo that here tonight, Mike. I've had a lot of fun in them. I can't compete in them, but there's a lot of things going on here this evening. Championship night, Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Jeremy Capron pretty much has this sewed up, but he has an option here for the back row challenge. It was $20 for the back row challenge here initially. Full Velocity TV threw another $10 on it to make it $30 if Capron started from the back to come all the way to the front. And then Hanover Wrecker Service, Tyler Blankenship, put up another $30. So he doubled that. So $60 if Capron can come all the way from dead last to the top spot here at the end of this race. Or $60 for the driver that's going to win here tonight if it is not Jeremy Capron. But he must finish on the lead lap. He must not be wrecked on purpose, or he must not pull off the track in order to gain that $60 here tonight. And big thanks to Hanover Wrecker Service, Full Velocity TV, Dirt Slingin Outlaws, Scott Schroeder putting up the original $20. So that's a fantastic feat here. Guys, if you're not involved in Dirt Slingin Outlaws, you need to get involved over here. And for season number 2, I believe Full Velocity TV going to broadcast some of their events also. So like we said, we're from the blimp right now. They are in qualifying mode. But Mike, I tell you what, it's great to have somebody alongside of me here as of right now. Pro late models was a little bit difficult here at times, as we always trying to fill the air here on Full Velocity TV. But fantastic to have your insight here tonight. Do you have a favorite out there tonight? Who's going to win this one?
Oh, Todd, don't put me on the spot there. There's a lot of great drivers here, man. I would have a hard time picking. I do like Steve Spees. He's always quick, clean. I think he's due.
Yeah, I like Steve. He's been fast here at Dirt Slingin Outlaws. He's won a couple of races on Stars on Dirt. Jeremy Capron's going to have his work cut out for him here tonight, coming from the back, because I believe he's accepted that back row challenge. You know, $60, who wouldn't be able to accept that back row challenge? I know I would if I was as fast as Jeremy Capron is in that iRacing iFlag machine here tonight. The Capron Screen Printing Designs machine is a new different look here in that number 23 machine. Again, trading paint's a little bit different, playing a little bit of rose here on Full Velocity TV. I know we've had to restart it 10, 15 different times to try to get the skins to show up here on the screen. So hopefully we'll get that all ironed out here as we come around here with 3 minutes left of qualifying right now. Guess who's atop the board? Jeremy Capron in the number 23 machine. 16.194. Spencer Swafford second right now with a 16.321. So those guys qualifying, going out there, putting some good times down. Jason Minot also here in the number 14 machine. So there's a lot of different names here in the super late models. We are going to have a Conti here for the first time also.
Yes, definitely a good car count tonight on the last night. That's always good. A lot of championship nights, the car counts go down, but not tonight. If people are getting interested in dirt slinging, Scott Schroeder puts on an excellent show with his admin team. And I'm looking forward to next season.
I'm definitely looking forward to next season too here on Full Velocity TV. We haven't. I know we've briefly talked with Scott here about getting Full Velocity back on the airwaves here with Dirt Slingin Outlaws. I do believe it's almost probably 75% complete. We'll talk a little bit more as we get ready for that second season here, and I'm looking forward to it myself. As this league has grown in leaps and bounds, and a lot of clean racers coming to this league and doing some fantastic shows here on Full Velocity TV. Some of our season's best so far here has come out of the Dirt Slingin Outlaws fit.
Yes, there's a lot of great guys here. They run, a lot of the other bigger leagues, and I think there's a lot of driver talent here, and the times are usually really close, and it's really amazing. Having run here myself, being not one of the fastest late model guys, I prefer the sprint car, as you know, but these guys have taught me a lot about these cars, and I'm really grateful to have such a classy group. I mean, there's a few wrecks here and there, but compared to most leagues, it's one of the cleanest I've ever seen.
Yeah, I do have to echo that, Mike, as we do have qualifying times going up on the board. You can see how close these guys are with qualifying here this evening, and you cannot see the 23 of Jeremy Capron because the background matches the color box here on iRacing, but 16.169, he is your current quick time. We still have 52 seconds left, but I believe he's got that pretty much sewed up. The 24 Swafford, 16.205. Then you got Chris Orencia in the number 78 machine. I'm going to slaughter his name tonight, but we're going to try 16.244. Jason Minot with the 14th with the number 14, 16.253. Now 313 of Greg Thompson, who was having wheel issues in the pro late models. He is right now timed in fifth quickest with a 16.259.
Yeah, he's definitely looking good. Another one that's really draws my attention is the sixth place qualifier, Merrill Frazier, the 25 machine. He's done a great job since he's come aboard, and he might surprise us too tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely done a fantastic job picking up podium finishes last week, and I believe picking up the hardware last week too. And that number 25 machine, as he was on a podium finish here at Full Velocity TV. Checker going to fly here on the session for the qualifying heats. Heat number 1 going to go out there. I should say qualifying. The qualifying heats are next up on the docket. And they're going to go away like this in heat race number 1. Starting on the pole, driving the number 23. That's no surprise. Quick time, the number 23, the iRacing iFlag Capron screen printing, number 23 of Jeremy Capron. And outside of him is Greg Thompson aboard the number 313. Inside row number 2, starting in the third starting position. That's the car number 3 machine. That is Shane James aboard that machine. The 21 rolls off in the fourth spot. That is Nathan Kassler. Inside row number 3, starting in the fifth starting position. That's the car number 5 of David Day, Mr. Excitement. And his dancing partner is outside, driving the number 66 machine. That's Steve Spees. Shotgun on the field, driving the number 11 machine here tonight. Joe Bay, we welcome him back here for Dirt Slingin Outlaws. He's going to start shotgun in that number 11 machine.
Lots of entries here tonight, and Todd, it's pretty amazing. They're going to have their first consi tonight, it looks like.
I definitely have to agree. Lots of entries here. 7 cars here. We have all 7 cars out there. So we did call for 7. So it's Jeremy Capron, the 313 of Greg Thompson, Shane James, Nathan Kassler, David Day, Steve Spees, and Joel Bay in the number 11 machine. Going to round out your field here. iRacing.com pace truck pacing the field here for heat race number 1. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen here for these guys as we look at the heat race 1 drivers here as they're in their lineup up on the screen in the left-hand corner. As these guys getting ready to rock and roll. Got to thank our sponsors here. Cannot forget Virtual Racing Network. They are the official partners here of Full Velocity TV. Fantastic to have those guys aboard and doing a fantastic job here, helping us out with different oval areas, different stuff that goes on. Charles Wooten does a fantastic job with all that kind of stuff, and he's brought us seriously to the next level here at Full Velocity TV. We're able to help him along too on the Virtual Racing Network. Also got to thank Spotafora Firearms, Brendan Spotafora and Spotafora Firearms, Dirt-Series. Got to also thank Jim Revis and Evil One Graphics, CNC Race Designs. Those guys, fantastic wraps out there. They paint some fantastic stuff, so check those guys out. Also got to thank Hanover Wrecker Service, not only sponsoring the hard charger, well, not even the hard charger, the bounty here tonight, doubling it up. Also sponsoring here on Full Velocity TV. We're getting ready to go green flag off of turn number 1, the 23. is on the loud pedal, the quickest into turn 1. It is Capron with the lead. Almost 3 wide contact there with Shane James.
Yes, the 3 wide, and there was a little contact. It looks like 3 got caught up toward the back of the field a little bit, but it looks like they've saved it and managed to go on. What an exciting start.
Yeah, fantastic start there for this event here. Heat race number 1. Again, 10 laps is the distance here at Volusia Speedway. It is Capron with the lead. Greg Thompson running for 2. That 313 machine, Nathan Kessler running for 3. 4th is Steve Spees. Shane James right now running in that 5th spot, trying to work his way up through the field. He's got a lot of sheet metal damage to the left side of that car.
Yeah, the car does seem to have a little bit of damage, but maybe slowing down a little bit, may not. Really hard to tell at this point, but the cars look good tonight, Todd.
And definitely the cars look fantastic here tonight. They're able to get around Volusia Speedway, able to work the bottom side here. Capron doing what he's done here the past 3 weeks, taking down victories in every week. That's why he has the bounty on top of his head tonight. $60 big if he takes that back road challenge here tonight, and taking the heat race so far by like 5 car lengths over the 313 of Greg Thompson. Steve Spees still running in that 3rd spot, but highly contested between himself and that number 21 and Nathan Kessler.
Yeah, Nathan Kessler sure working the high side, Todd. He gets a good run coming out, and Spees comes up to that high side, and man, those two are putting on a battle, and number 3 is in there sneaking in as well.
Yeah, Shane James, a silent assassin in that number 3 machine, working over the bottom side of the speedway. He's going to get around Kessler, and that number 21 machine now sets sail for the 66 machine of Steve Spees. There, that would be a battle for the 4th spot, as we got 4 laps remaining here. As Capron just pulling away from the rest of the field. Thompson still running in 2nd. Those guys pretty comfortable in their spots. Steve Spees right now in 3rd. Is the number 3 machine now going into battle here with Kessler once again, side by side for that 4th spot.
Side by side they go. And if you look behind them, Mr. Excitement David Day seems to be making an appearance, but not quite into the screen yet, but he is certainly the back there. A lot of fast guys in this one, Todd.
Yeah, definitely fantastic guys, fantastic drivers, fast guys in each and every heat race, but there is a ton of this heat race is stacked to the gild here. We have popsicle sticks in the air here for Jeremy Capron in that number 23 machine. Looks like Greg Thompson starting to reel in that 23. They come off of turn number 4. White flag going to come in the air for Capron. He's got one more trip around the speedway to take heat race number 1 home. As he's down off of turn number 2, down the back straight away for the final time. Into turn number 3, Jeremy Capron going to lead here and going to finish this one off here in heat race number 1, taking down the victory here in heat race number 1. Greg Thompson, Steve Spees, Nathan Kessler round out your top 4.
Greg was certainly coming on there toward the end of that race, man. That was a pretty good battle. Who do you pick to win this one, Todd? I'm going to go with 25 this time.
It's kind of hard as I went through that lineup, and guess what? I was muted. But it's kind of hard. It is actually Swafford, Fraser, Gonzalez, Blankenship, Sassy, excuse me. Saucy. Woo, Saucy. Joseph and Fessenden. I'm going to have to pick. You can't go against the number 24, Swafford. I'm going to go with Spencer Swafford. He's starting out of the pole. It's going to be difficult to get by him. Cannot count out the rest of these guys, though. I'm not taking anything away from these guys because I tell you what, a lot of guys cannot run a qualifying lap, but they can sure race their way in through a heat race.
Absolutely right. So anyone 017, he's been at the front. So there's just a lot of great drivers here, Todd. It's hard to pick. I'm still just dumbfounded. It's kind of neat being up here watching these guys from down there. Yeah, the 04 continues on the bottom, trying to run down the leader. And you got the 022, JD Sass, come from the back of the pack on this start here, and he's already in the third place in this heat race.
Yeah, definitely doing a fantastic job in the 022 machine. As we got Kabang Energy Candy out there trying to get some sponsorship here of some of the drivers. The drivers waiting in the wings here. We're always looking for sponsorships here on Full Velocity TV. It's a good way to get your business out on Full Velocity each and every night as we make sure that our sponsors are covered. Meanwhile, up front, the number 24, Spencer Swafford, leading the charge here by 10 car lengths over Frank Gonzalez in that 04 machine. Sitting in third is JD Sassy in the 022 machine, but he's starting to catch Frank Gonzalez here with a pretty good clip. Now looking down to the bottom side here. Gonzalez drives down hard and deep here into turn number 3. The number 25 machine still running in fourth. That's Merle Frazier as we got 5 to go.
5 to go, and the 022 machine sure is putting the pressure on the number 4 of Mr. Frank. And Mr. Frank's holding his own, but one little slip and 22 will be by.
Yeah, definitely Frank Gonzalez in that 04 machine just trying to hold on, but the 022 waiting there to pounce. Last time by was a tad bit quicker than Frank Gonzalez. You see the Full Velocity logo on the 04 machine. Got to thank Frank for that one as he's running in that second spot. Yeah, that might give you a little extra TV time if you put that on your car. But Gonzalez right now having a fantastic race as we have 3 laps remaining. And Swafford once again checking out into another area code here at Volusia Speedway. And this time in the super late models. Last time it was the pros. This time the super is a little bit different. More power there for the number 24 machine, but same result here in heat race number 2 as we have popsicle sticks in the air.
Yeah, popsicle sticks are in the air. It looks like he will take it, and Frank's going to hold on for second. And Mr. JD will pick up third.
Yeah, they're coming down to the back straightaway here is, like you said, number 24, Spencer Swafford, going to take down the victory here in heat race number 2. Second is going to go to, like you said, Frank Gonzalez aboard the 04, JD Sassy, Merle Frazier, Tyler Blankenship, Adam Joseph, and Andrew Fessenden round out your 7-car field.
A great field of drivers, and that reminds me, heat 3 may be coming right around the corner.
Heat number 3 getting ready to roll out, and they're going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 78, that's Chris Arencia aboard the number 78. Outside of him will be the 55, that's Steven Spees. Spees aboard the 55. Rolling off in that third starting position, driving the 101, that's the high side hustler, that's Martin Garch. And outside him will be the number 81, that's Joey Lamb. Inside row number 3, starting in that 5th starting position, driving the number 2, that's Scott Schroyer, the sidewinder, Scott Schroyer. And outside of him, that's a Tennessee Tumbler. That's Brett Rolls aboard the number 17. Shotgun on the field, driving the number 26 here this evening is going to be Eric Burgess in the number 26. Burgess in the 26. And he's another newcomer here this evening. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen with some of these newcomers. As like you said, we're going to have a consolation race for the first time here at Dirt Slingin Outlaws.
That consolation is up to $60. Is that correct? Guess what, Todd? Mr. Phil Cass Jr. has joined us in iRacing chat, or Facebook chat.
He is indeed. He's been out there bowling with his kids, taking a family nighting out, and he's, I think he said 134 and then an 88, Mike. I know I've bowled for high school, and I know my average was in the 190s, 200s there throughout for a little bit. I fell off the pace a little bit as I decided that my back was starting to hurt after bowling 9, 10, 12 games, and how you're going to say is, but he's out there trying to have some fun here, taking the night off from Full Velocity TV.
Absolutely, Phil's a busy guy, and you got to spend time with the family. You guys are bringing great racing to the iRacing community, but sometimes you got to take care of the wife and kids.
Yeah, definitely have to echo those settlements. It's iRacing.com, pace truck down to pit road, green flag in the air. We're racing down the front straightaway. Chris Arencia and that number 78 machine trying to lead the charge here. That's a side-by-side battle between himself and Speeds. A little bit of contact. Look at Karch way down on the bottom. He's letting it dig down on the bottom. Up to second for fourth. To second, a 2 for move for the 101 machine.
They were 3 wide there, Todd, and I didn't know. I thought one of them was going to give. They all held their line, kept it straight, and putting on a pretty good race there for that second spot between Martin Karch and Joey Lamb.
Yeah, what a fantastic showing as those guys going tooth and nail. Oh, Schreier contact! Contact with the 101 of Karch.
Karch hit the wall pretty hard that time. Scott got that run on the bottom, and I'm not sure if the throttle stuck or what, but definitely Karch went for a ride on that one.
Yeah, Schroyer definitely hard onto the throttle. We're going to take a ride here with Martin Karch and see what indeed happened to him as the onslaught here. Karch was having a fantastic run aboard that 101 machine. 81 disappeared, come back. That was Joey Lamb. Down the bottom, made a little bit of contact there, and Schroyer thought maybe he made a stick, and the 101 didn't realize he was there. Contact made and sent him around in a knot. That's going to bring out our first yellow flag here of the evening with the super late models here in heat race number 3.
Yes, first one. Unfortunate for Martin, but he'll get that car back together and he'll be ready to go in the feature.
Yeah, definitely going to be a guy to watch here in the feature event. Is he's going to have to probably go through the consolation here tonight. Our first consolation ever at the Dirt Slingin Outlaws here for the super late models. Again, 60 big ones to the winner of the race here tonight, whether it is the number 23 at Capron coming all the way from the back row challenge. He has to come all the way to the back, or one of the other guys that will take home the victory here tonight. Again, they must finish, Capron must finish on the lead lap and must not be wrecked here tonight in order to pick up that $60 bonus. And we got to that by the number or $20 here from Scott Schroyer and Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Another 10 came out from Full Velocity TV, and then Hanover Wrecker Service. Tyler Blankenship doubled that amount to $60 here. What a fantastic job for Hanover Wrecker Service. Those guys do a fantastic job week in and week out. And got to thank Tyler Blankenship for helping and supporting the iRacing community.
Definitely got to thank him for his support of the iRacing community and for the generous donation tonight. And looking forward to having that guy with us next week or next season, and his whole team. You know, the whole crew. Be glad to have them. Looking like a good night of racing here, Todd. The pace truck's off. They're coming out of 4 and they're underway, and the green flag is out. 78 gets a start out of the corner. 78, I don't have the name on that one. Todd, help me out there. Chris Orencia. That's right, Chris Orencia. He's kind of new to the series, so I wasn't too familiar with him. But look at the 2-car battle behind him and another 2-car battle behind them. Todd, check that out.
Fantastic racing going on, 2x2 there for second, third, fourth, and fifth position. The Tennessee Tumbler down on the bottom side, that's a 17. The 2 is Scott Schroyer down on the bottom of Lamb there. That's a battle for that second spot coming off of turn number 4. Schroyer trying to slide up in front of Lamb. It is going to be had down the front straightaway. 3 laps remaining here. Schroyer puts himself into second. Meanwhile, the 17 of Brett Rolls holding on to that 4th spot. Steve Spees right there down to the bottom side, but battling here, going on through the second spot still, as Schroyer up in the middle group as Lamb trying to work over the bottom. Popsicle sticks in there, 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go, and Chris Orencia holding off the 2 machinist Schroyer, who's gained a little bit, but see how it comes. They're coming down the back straightaway out of 3 and 4. Schroyer tries the bottom. He has to let up just a little bit, and the 78 of Chris Orencia is going to take the heat race win.
Orencia going to have one more lap there, Mike, as he has one more lap down the back straightaway. The number 2 is Scott Schroyer. Still going to dive one last time, one last ditch effort through turn number 3, but it's going to be Chris Orencia taking down the victory here in the number 78 machine. Scott Schroyer for 2, Joey Lamb for 3, Steven Spees, Brett Rolls, Eric Burgess, and Martin Karch round out your 7-car heat race.
Wow, that was pretty similar to the lap I called before, but I had the lap count wrong. Thank you, Todd. I'm definitely not Phil, but I don't mind helping out here and there.
No, definitely. Well, I'll tell you what, Phil's had the conversation in the lap count wrong so many times. I tell you, if I had $1 for every time he had it wrong, it would be I would be a rich man.
Sorry, I don't mind the correction. I'd rather get it right.
As we're getting ready for heat race number 4, 4 big heat races here tonight. They're going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, going to be driver the number 14. That's Jason Minat aboard the number 14 machine Minat. Outside of him will be Kyle Pearson aboard the number 60 machine. Pearson aboard the number 60. Inside row number 3. Starting in that third starting position, that's Gary Bunzine in the number 77. Richard Spar starts outside of him in the number 71. Rounding out your field here, the last row here, the number 99 of Dan Collinsworth, and then Mike Bunsen aboard the number 524 machine. Going to round out your 6-car starting field here for heat race number 4. As iRacing.com gives those guys one lap to go. And look at the flash bulbs go off on the start finish line here from some of these fans out there, Mike.
Yes, the flashbulbs is a really neat addition, and the fans look pretty excited. Flashbulbs going off all over the place. And Todd, we're about to have heat race number 4 begin. They're going down the back straightaway. The wonder if the flagman's going to like what he sees when he comes around the corner, but the pace car pacing them around. Who do you pick on this one, Todd?
I think I'm going to go with the 14 of Jason Minat here in this one. I like the pole sitter.
I'm going to go with number 77, just for fun. And the green flag is out, and the number 14 car takes a good start on the inside. Pretty even start there with the 2 wide, 14 on the bottom, and the number 60 car of Kyle Pearson looking pretty good too, Todd.
Yeah, Pearson looking rather good in that number 60 machine. Now dives down to the bottom. Minat to the top spot here to number 14 as they're going to complete lap number 1, so he's going to lead that time by. As Minat gets a tad bit loose, the 60 of Pearson has a check up, and now he's the meeting between the sandwich here temporarily. The 71 of Spar up to the top shelf of the Speedway. 77 was down to the bottom side, could not make anything work, so he had to back out of it. That was a smart move by the 77 machine. Side-by-side battle for that second spot. The number 60 of Pearson down to the bottom side. The 71 of Spar up top.
The 71 of Spark almost shot out a cannon on that one, and then look at the 99 of Collingworth getting runs as well. Man, Todd, this is a tight heat race.
Definitely a fantastic heat race going on so far. A lot of heavy hitters in this one. Heavy hitters throughout every heat race here this evening. We've had 4 big heat races here at the Dirt Slingin Outlaws. First time here we're going to have a consolation event. The 14 of Jason Minot right now about 4 car lengths over the number 60 of Kyle Pearson. Pearson having a great run in retrospect himself. The 71 of Richard Spar running in that 3rd spot. Those guys putting distance between themselves and the 4th place running Gary Bunsen in the number 77 machine. Dan Collinsworth running in 5th in that number 99.
Definitely put in a little bit of real estate there, but you know there's battles going on all over the place, and any of these guys could be up front on any given night. But the 14 he's really got a comfortable position there, but he's not safe as the 60 is giving him a little run on the bottom coming out of the 4 there. And it looks like the 71 is going to stay right with him too, Richard Spar. A couple of new drivers here to us, but definitely not new behind the wheel of a race car.
Yeah, definitely not new as we've seen him here on Full Velocity TV. Pearson now dives down to the bottom side here in the number 60 machine, trying to get around Minat, giving him some pretty good challenges there with that 60 machine. The 71 of Richard Spar not going to go away either, because Spar's won a couple of races here on Full Velocity TV since we've been around. So Spar a heavy hitter here. But Jason Minot right now leading the charges. They're going to get popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the Speedway here. Volusia Speedway, one of my favorite tracks on the iRacing simulation.
Yes, Todd, I do happen to agree. A little contact between the top 3 and 71. Richard Spar spins out. Unfortunate on the last lap for him.
Yeah, white flag going to go in the air here for the number 14 of Jason Minot down into turn number 1. So he's got one more trip around the Speedway. Tough break for the number 71 of Richard Spar, going to be relegated back to 6, but into turn number 3 for the final time. And off at turn number 4, picking up heat race number 4, going to be the 14 of Jason Minot. Kyle Pearson going to finish for 2. Gary Bunsen going to finish in that 3rd spot in the 77. Dan Collinsworth in the number 99 going to round out 4th. 5th is going to be Mike Bunsen and Richard Spar, your 6-car heat race.
Yeah, you definitely have the advantage on that pick there because I don't know the number 14 machine yet, but I do now. I'll probably remember his name after tonight, won't I?
Definitely, as we're getting ready to roll, Mike, with C-Main here. C-Main, and can you believe it?
I can't believe it, man. We finally got the first C-Main here. Like I said, instead of the class shrinking, it's actually growing. We're getting more drivers interested. Scott Schroyer, Martin Cart, putting on a pretty good league over here. I enjoy running with these guys. It's fair, and everybody's clean. They give and take, and a lot of good driving.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good driving here tonight, and C-Main going to go away like this. There's 5 cars out there, so we're going to have the C-Main. Not sure how many drivers are going to take. Believe probably the top 4 go to the B-Main. I believe how that's going to roll. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 3. Man, in the C-Main, Shane James aboard the number 3 machine. The 17, the Tennessee Tumbler, Brett Roll is going to be his dancing partner to the outside. Inside row number 2, in the 3rd starting position, going to be the number 5. That's Mr. Excitement, David Day. Eric Burgess going to be outside of him in the number 26. He's going to roll off 4th. Rolling off 5th, that's Shotgun on the field driving the number 11 machine here tonight. That's Joel Bay. Joel Bay aboard the number 11 machine. We called for 5. We got 5 out there. C-Main, 10 laps will be the distance.
Wow, Todd. Pretty cool, man. But unfortunately for 2 of those guys, they're not going to make it tonight. But that's the that's what happens with a big show, and it's okay. Those guys understand that, and they'll get good points. But I'm going to go with Brett Rolls on this one.
You know, I can't shy away from the pole sitter here. I'm going to go with Shane James in the number 3 machine. The pole sitter's won the last couple ones I've picked, so we'll go with Shane James until the pole sitter proves me wrong here tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. It's going to be an interesting race here for this C main. Looks like, 10 laps and top 4 going to the main.
Yeah, indeed, top 4. So 1 will go home, have to load it onto the trailer here from the C main, and that's unfortunate. We'd like to see all the cars get involved, but unfortunately we have to send some people home here this evening. iRacing.com pace truck getting ready to come down to pit road here, sending the C main on their way off of turn number 4. They light the wick, they restack, they repack, green flags in the air. We're racing down the front straight away. St. James leads the charge into turn number 1.
Turn number 1 looking there in the 17 machine of Brett Rolls on the outside of Shane James, and Mr. Excitement right behind him on that bottom side. And the 11 of Joel Bay gets a good run as well. Todd, I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, I don't know either. Is David Day down to the bottom side-by-side battle for that second spot. Mr. Excitement trying to get into the B main and trying to make sure he stays inside the top 4. Burgess has fallen back to the 5th spot, so he's on the outside looking in right now. Joe Bay right now running in the 4th spot in the number 11 machine, but great battle going on for second.
Indeed, a great battle. Rolls preferring the high line, David Day preferring the bottom on the back chute there. He gets a little bit of a run on Rolls. Can he hold it coming out of 4? Let's see what happens. David Day does maintain, and Joel Bay is challenging Brett Rolls going into turn 1 as there's contact between the 17, the 5, and the 11, and that's going to bring out a caution. Well, and Mr. David Day gathers it up, Brett gathers it up, but there is definitely caution on the track. They're going to gather them around and bunch it back up and go again.
Yeah, they're going to restack, repack here. The number 17 and the number 5 of David Day involved heavy contact, though. They're going to relegate those guys back, so that's going to put Burgess into a qualifying spot, into a transfer spot. So Day and Rolls going to have to make their way back through the field as there was a lot of contact made there. So Bay up to the 2nd spot in the number 11 machine, so he was the benefactor of that most recent yellow flag.
Definitely going to be to his benefit tonight, and we'll see what happens. The bubble spot is now David Day, and it's very interesting as Brett has the last spot.
Yeah, David Day going to have to try to make something. Hopefully, the contact that he made did not relegate his car here to a bad finish. I tell you, some contact may knock the toe out, may make that car ill handling. Again, these are open setups here tonight in the super late models at Volusia. Earlier, we had the pro late models. Those were fixed setups, so it's a whole different animal with the open setup, so you're able to change a few things. David Day right now has a little bit of damage to that 3-unit.ca number 5 machine, but I don't think he's going to be no worse for the wear.
Doesn't appear to be too bad right now, Todd. We'll just have to find out when the restart goes, but unfortunate for him, but he's a pretty good driver, and I've seen him drive worse cars to the front, so we'll see what he can do tonight.
Yeah, in many different simulations that we've seen David Day drive to the front there to try to get himself a win or try to get himself into the A main, and that's what David Day is going to have to do, and he's going to have 3 short laps to do it here at Volusia. As iRacing.com pace truck lights are extinguished atop that machine. He's going to pull down the pit road here off of turn number 3. He's going to make his way down, his exit down. Shane James is going to control. He is the control car. He's going to be able to set the pace off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. 3 laps remain. The 26 makes a little bit of contact. Look at David Day. 3 wide for the 2nd spot. David Day trying to make something happen. He's already up into a transfer.
David Day got into that transfer, kind of got under Brett Rolls there, but Brett's not going to give up. And the 11 machine of Joel Bay gets real wide on that, and there are 3 wide coming out of 4 down the front straightaway. 3 wide again, Todd. Well, look at this race. These guys do not want to give up.
Fantastic racing going on here. As it looks like Joe Bay going to become the guy that had to back out of it there. As now the number 17 of Rolls drives it in deep, makes a little bit of contact there with the Bay. He's going to move into the final transfer. We are on the final lap here, so transfer spot up for grabs still. The 17 of Rolls has it, so the 26 and the 5 already getting into the B main here. Is off of turn number 4, picking up the B main. Going to be the 3 of Shane James. Eric Burgess going to finish for 2. David Day for 3. And the 4th and final transfer, Brett Rolls in the number 17.
Todd, these drivers might watch this broadcast and think, Massey better quit picking me, so I may not get to broadcast ever again.
Yeah, indeed. So we had 4 cars that transferred from the C main. Obviously, it wasn't alphabet soup, so we have 2 consolation events here tonight. So the B main and C main act like consolations here. So I believe 4 cars going to come out of this one. So 8 cars total going to transfer on here to make the 24-car field. So we're going to have 2 more extinguished here tonight. Unfortunately, that's not what we want to see here, but it's great racing. A lot of good drivers throughout the field. Do not like to send drivers home here, but it's been fantastic racing here at Volusia.
Very good racing. You know, Dirt Slingin Outlaws are very mindful guys going home, and they start 24 cars per feature. So they're doing the best they can to get all the cars out there, keep the racing good and clean and fast, give plenty of guys a shot. But right now, top 4, we have 2 that are not going to make this race.
They're going to have 2 that are not going to make this race, and the B-Main's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 44. That's the Hanover Wrecker Service sponsor machine. That's Tyler Blankenship. Blankenship aboard the number 44. Mike Bunzing in the number 524. He wants a lot of TV time. We know Mike out there. The Missile, Mike Bunzing out there. The 524, he's on the outside row starting in second. Inside row number 2, starting in that third starting position, driving the 017. That's Adam Joseph. Joseph aboard the 017, and his sparring partner to the outside, that's Richard Spar, the number 71, starting 4th. Starting in the 5th position, driving the number 00, that's the double knot, that's Andrew Fessenden. Fessenden aboard the 00. And the 101 of Martin Karch going to start shotgun on the field in the 6th position. Karch in the 101, so he's got a little bit of a place to the hoe here, try to get into the top 4 to make that final transfer.
Well, he does have a little bit of work, but I have faith in him. I'm going to pick him to win from the back.
You know, I've won every race with starting from the pole. I'm going to continue that. Like I said, I'm going to continue that until somebody proves me wrong. I'm going to go with the 44 Tyler Blankenship.
Can't blame you there. You want to change. If you got something good going, you don't want to mess it up. But Todd, looks like we're about to go green, buddy. As they work their way out of 3 and 4, pace truck is off the track, and we got a green flag. And what a start, Todd! What a start! Look at that.
Mike the Missile Bunzing to the top shelf of the speedway in that 524 machine. Contact made with Blake. Hard into the outside wall. The 524 rocketed into the outside wall. A spinneroonie aboard the 524. No yellow flag going to come out though, but hard contact from Mike the Missile.
That was very hard contact indeed. I believe the nose flew off of that thing as the car took some severe damage. They were able to get it off pretty quick, so no caution tonight, Todd. Look at Martin Karch as he's moved his way up in the 4th spot.
A tough break for Mike Bunzing in the number 524 machine. Man, oh man, that's not the way he wanted to end his night. Meanwhile, up front, it's Adam Joseph in the 017 machine with the lead, so he's going to put a monkey wrench into my philosophy with the pole sitter. 44 Tyler Blankenship running in second. Third is Martin Karch in the 101 machine, using the high side to his advantage. That's why we call him the high side hustler. The 71 of Richard Spar down to the bottom side. He's trying to work over the bottom, catfishing it down there, trying to get back around Martin Karch.
Definitely the catfish line is working here tonight, and so is the high side. The racing's been great tonight, Todd, with 2 group racing. I prefer the catfish line.
Yeah, definitely. I probably always felt the most comfortable. There's a risk versus reward up on the top shelf of the speedway. I learned that in local dirt track racing myself. I've been upside down off the wall because I love running the high side, actually, at our local dirt track. So I've made some contact to the wall, rolled it over, and I had to go back out there and try it again. But it's risk versus reward, definitely up on the top shelf. But Martin Karch always been able to make it happen up there as he's moved into that 3rd spot.
Yes, Martin Karch has moved into 3rd, but looks like the 2 leaders have a pretty sizable advantage on him. I don't know if he's going to be able to make that up, but he's definitely going to get him a transfer spot if it keeps on the way it's going right now.
Yeah, definitely in a transfer spot in the 101 machine as we have 3 laps remaining here for the number 017 of Adam Joseph. Second is Tyler Blankenship. Karch right now running in 4th. He is the 2nd fastest car out there on the speedway as of right now. Spar running in the final transfer spot. The 71, Andrew Fessenden, our car looking on the outside in the double knot machine, trying to make something happen. Popsicle sticks in there, 2 more trips around the speedway.
2 trips around the speedway, and the 017 looks like he's pretty comfortable. one slip and it's over, but looks like it's pretty much going to finish the way it is, Todd.
Yeah, indeed, I do believe so. As he's going to, like I said, he's going to be the first car not to win from the pole here in a couple of races. Those 17 of Adam Joseph down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, the 017 of Adam Joseph going to take down the B-Main. The 44 Tyler Blankenship for 2, Martin Karch for 3. Fourth is going to be Richard Spar, Andrew Fessenden, and Mike the Missile. Unfortunate chain of events for him as he missiled into the wall, and that's not what we wanted to see here tonight.
Definitely not what we wanted to see from Mike, but he wanted the TV time. He got it the hard way tonight.
Yeah, definitely. As these guys get ready, they get restacked, they get repacked here for a feature event here tonight, and I believe it's going to be 40 laps. Might even be 50 laps here tonight at the Volusia Speedway. As these guys got a 2.5 minute warm up, we're going to throw it down trackside for the playing of our national anthem. As they're definitely still in their warm-up session, is the playing of the national anthem rendition down there already done. We're set. They're in the warm-up session here. We're going to throw it to one of our sponsors here this evening, Evil One Graphics.
Don't say I didn't warn you. I know things no one knows.
Evil One Graphics specializes in iRacing wraps, promo ads, and banners for all your sim racing needs. From a new custom look on the track to a new look for your site, E1G is your place. Want to promote a special event or series for your league? E1G can make that custom promo ad you're looking for. With attention to high detail, great service, and reasonable prices, E1G is here to serve you. Evil One Graphics, they're not only good, they're evil. As warm-up, finishing great commercial by Evil One Graphics here. Again, they're not only good, they're evil. Jim Revis and those guys, make sure you stop over. CNC Race Designs, don't forget them. Dirt-series.com. Spatafor Firearms. Hanover Wrecker Service, being a sponsor. And don't forget VRN here. You know, our partner in crime now, a virtual racing network, been doing a lot of great work with us, Charles Wooten and those guys, as we're getting ready for the starting lineup here at Volusia here tonight, and cannot wait for this feature event. It's going to be an action-packed feature event, and we're going to go right directly to the starting lineup.
Well, Todd, starting on the pole tonight, we got the 23 of Jeremy Capron. Is that how you say that? I butchered it. I can't believe it. And then on the outside of him, we got the 24 of Spencer Swafford.
Inside row number 2, starting in the third starting position, that's Chris Arencia in the number 78 machine. And this dancing brother outside, driving the number 14 machine, that's Jason Minat. Minat aboard the number 14. Rolling off in that fifth starting position, driving the 313, that's Greg Thompson. Thompson in the 313. Outside of him will be Frank Gonzalez. Fast Frank aboard the number 04.
And then on the next row, we got the number 2 of Scott Schroyer. And outside of him is going to be, I have it wrong, the 60 there. Is that correct?
Yep, the number 60 of Kyle Peterson going to start outside row number 4 in the 8th starting position. Rolling off in the 9th starting position, going to be the number 66 of Steve Speece. Speece aboard the number 66 machine. JD Sassy aboard the 022, going to roll off 10th. Rolling off 11th, going to be the 81 of Joey Lamb. 12th, going to be Gary Bunsen aboard the number 77 machine. Nathan Kassler going to roll off 13th in the 21. Merle Frazier, the 25, going to roll off 14th. 15th, going to be Steven Spees aboard the 55 machine. Dan Collinsworth, the 99, going to roll off 16th. 17th, going to be Shane James aboard the number 3. Adam Joseph, 18th, aboard the 017. 19th going to be Eric Burgess aboard the number 26. 20th going to be the 44 of Tyler Blankenship. 21st, David Day. Martin Karch, 22nd. 23rd, the Tennessee Tumbler. Brett Rolls and Richard Spar as we're going green flag racing off of turn number 1. And we are racing down into 1. The 313 of Thompson trying to drive down to the bottom side here. The 78 machine of Chris Arencia right now trying to, he's in the lead already in the 78 machine.
Well, that was a wild start there, Todd. I didn't really see what happened there. There was so much action going on in all locations on the track. You couldn't fixate on one section to see what was happening.
No, definitely not sure what happened here tonight, and I believe Adam Joseph may be involved in that one. The 25 machine also probably involved. We're going to see if we can get a quick glimpse of what happened maybe here with these machines. Yep, Merle Frazier in the 017 machine. So Frazier here, looks like he had a little bit of help from the 99 machine, sending him around in a knot. And the 26 collects up in that, and so does Adam Joseph.
Yeah, unfortunate chain of events there. You know, everybody's a little excited. We got some prizes on the line. It is championship night, and the guys are driving like it's championship night.
Yeah, definitely driving like it is championship night here. And like you said, prizes on the line here tonight. 60 big ones as the back row challenge was taken by Jeremy Capron. The iRacing I flag. Capron screen printing number 23 already up to the 21st position. So he started 24th, already up 3 spots here after this first yellow flag come out. That might be his worst enemy though. Capron is going to have to come up through, but he's going to need some green flag racing to make it up through some of these drivers. Is the number 78, Chris Arencia. Right now your race leader, Spencer Swafford, running for 2. Jason Minot for 3. Greg Thompson is for 4. Frank Gonzalez for 5. So we're going to wait and see what's going to happen here. We're going to keep our eyes on Jeremy Capron in the 23 machine.
Yeah, definitely a car to watch tonight, as he is taking the big challenge. And it'll be interesting to see if he can make it up there. There's some really good cars to take that challenge in this event here, Todd.
Yeah, definitely. But there's 60 big ones on the line. Green flags out, and we're racing down the front straightaway. Arencia leading the charge. Swafford up to the top shelf. Here comes the 313 machine down to the bottom side by side for that second spot.
Side by side and behind the 24 coming in there, making it 3 wide. As looks to be a pretty good race there, Todd, between Chase and the 24 machine. Man, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Spencer Swafford, he's really hanging in there with those guys. 4 cars in there. Todd, it's too fast for me, buddy. Help me out.
definitely really fast here this evening. These guys, a lot of racing action going on throughout the field. We're already on lap 7 of 40. The 78 of Chris Arencia leading. Here comes Swafford down to the bottom side, trying to throw it in deep here. And you got a full send that machine. And that number 24 machine, the 313 of Thompson, running for 3. 4th right now, Jason Minot to the top shelf of the Speedway. Power move over the 313 of Thompson. Can he hold on down the back straightaway?
On his heels, you got the 04 of Frank Gonzalez and Scott Schroyer up there as well.
Schroyer definitely doing a fantastic job aboard that number 2 machine. Let's take a look through the field. Capron up to 16th. 16th is Jeremy Capron and that number 23 machine. But meanwhile, battle going on up front. We cannot leave this battle. Swafford back down to the bottom. Minot involved in this one. And then number 14 machine, he's looking to the top shelf of the Speedway, almost pulling a 3-wide maneuver here on the top shelf, but not able to pull anything off. But he's got that thing reeling in up there.
He's reeling and dealing. Reeling and dealing. Is that a thing?
Definitely a thing. Reeling and dealing. Look at Minot to second in the 14.
Minot sure is bringing it on that top shelf, and Volusia seems to be favoring the bottom. A little bit of high, a little bit of low. Trying to establish dominance there, and he's got it going, buddy.
Yeah, we're on lap number 12 as they flash by that start finish line. Is Volusia in the 78 machine. Jason Minot for 2. The 24 is Swafford right now falling back into the clutches of the 313 of Thompson. Thompson now to the third spot in the 313 machine. Gonzalez now working on Swafford. So Swafford's starting to drift back aboard the 24 machine. As man, that's not where Swafford wants to be up top, as he cannot get the momentum up there. Trying to make it happen, but Fast Frank now down to the bottom side.
Fast Frank is on the bottom as he gets a run down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Has to check out for the 313 a little bit, but he's right there and ready to go as they're 2 by 2 behind the 313.
Yeah, those guys running away. 3 wide. Here comes the 022 of JD Sassy down to the bottom side. Trying to get around Gonzalez and Schroyer, trying to pull a 2-for move there. Gonzalez drifts up in front of Schroyer. That 3 wide ends there momentarily, but JD Sassy now trying to work his way into the 5th spot. He's going to get around the 04 Frank Gonzalez. We have 15 up on the board.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get it, and Schroyer's going to get around Frank too. He comes up a little bit high. We'll see if he can hold it coming out of 4. The battle still continues between the 04 and the 2. The 24, the 022. It looks like Frank got a little bit of the inside wall there.
Yeah, great battling going on out there, and I looked up at my scoring pylon, just seeing how fast Jason Minot was the last time by, just trying to check on the gap as these guys starting to get into lap traffic. They were getting around the number 26 of Eric Burgess. Burgess falling off the pace here early. The 26 machine as Volusia puts him down 1 lap, but it's Chris Volusia up into the lead. Jason Minot for 2. Thompson running in that 3rd spot. The 022 of JD Sassy running in that 4th spot. Let's take a look. Jeremy Capron up to 14th aboard the number 23 machine. So his progress is kind of halted here. We're almost halfway home.
Yeah, he looks like he's having a battle in the back there with David Day working his way up. Really fast cars up there. There's a little accident near him.
Oh, and contact, and around goes the 23 of Capron. Oh, not good for the 23 machine. All the momentum he had has been erased aboard the 23 machine, and it wasn't anything of anybody's doing. He was just at the wrong place, wrong time. We'll do a quick instant replay here as Joey Lamb up on the top shelf of the Speedway trying to make something happen, and I do believe he got a little bit loose up there as he tried to check up for Shane James, and down back across the track and just barely collecting Jeremy Capron. Capron able to keep it off the wall, but now he's going to have to restart this challenge and going to have to redo it from the tail once again.
That's definitely an unfortunate chain of events there, as the 3 got a little bit sideways, and he was trying to correct for him, and just Capron had that momentum and couldn't stop. Unfortunately, he will have to start from the back again. Now, how does this work, Todd? Does he still? What were the stipulations on this prize? Was there any stipulations placed?
Well, he can't be wrecked, so somebody can't take him out of the race lead, obviously. If he's leading, they can't wreck him to win and put him into the fence and make sure that they win. He's got to finish on the lead lap, so he's still on the lead lap aboard that number 23 machine in order for somebody else to win. But if the 23 can come from last to first, he will pick up the $60 bounty himself.
That's pretty nice for a little prize for a little sim racing night here at Full Velocity TV with the Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Great show, Todd. Great show. I'm tired, and I didn't know you guys worked this hard.
Yeah, definitely a grueling pace that we have to set up here at Full Velocity TV, and trying different camera angles, and unfortunately the angles that I wanted did not happen here tonight. We'll talk to our camera guy and get those worked out here for Volusia Speedway once again. It's a great camera angle, but I want a couple more different ones. So our camera guy does a fantastic job. This is just one of the tracks I haven't mentioned to him that I want a couple different cameras. So once we do that, we'll get it all sorted out, and does a fantastic job behind the scenes. A lot of unsung heroes behind the scenes here at Full Velocity TV. iRacing.com, pace truck down the pit road, green flag back in the air. Volusia going to try to lead the charge. Thompson now down to the bottom side in the 313 machine. Minot up to the top shelf, going to try to make something happen, picking that left front up off the ground. Side by side, 3 wide for the lead.
3 wide for the lead. Looks like Minot getting the advantage on that restart, Todd, as he takes the top shelf, coming down the front straightaway in the first position.
Jason Minat, the 14, to the top spot. He gets around Chris Arincia. Arincia fighting back, though, trying to wrestle that back from the number 14 machine. Not going to be had down into the corner, as we're going to come up on 16 laps remaining. The number 78, Arincia, now in the second spot, so he is in the catbird seat now. I'm going to say in the second spot, so he's going to have to make the 14 and make a mistake, as yellow flag going to fly once again. Not sure what brought out this one.
Yeah, it looks like there's a pretty big stack up there about midfield. I'm not sure if it was around the 23 or if it got him or not, but there's definitely a lot of cars trying to get to the same spot.
So we found it here, and yeah, I tell you what, it was around Jeremy Capron as he was coming up through the middle, and there was just all kinds of carnage right directly in front of him. He misses it. Capron, wow. In the 23 machine, we have another Turtle. Brett Rolls, number 2 of the evening. Turtle is Martin Karch.
Martin is Turtle, and Brett Rolls?
No, Brett Rolls. Martin Karch was the very first Turtle of the evening.
Oh, that's a second, yes. Good night. Well, that's 2. Didn't y'all do a count the other night? What was the record?
We were up to 4 Turtles the other night, so that was the record here on Full Velocity TV. We're up to 2. We're halfway home.
Halfway there. Well, hopefully we don't get any more of those tonight. We don't want to break that record.
No, definitely don't. And I just want to keep everybody updated. Jeremy Capron made it through that wreck. He had to start rear again. Remember, after the initial contact, he is now up to 13th.
7 positions on that restart, Todd. He restarted 20th, and he's already up to 13th. And there's still plenty of racing left to go.
And definitely the first time he's made it up that far. He was 14th when he was involved in that initial wreck. So he's made it up 1 spot, and going to the rear, able to miss that wreck. So can he do something here in the final 13 laps? Can he make it to the lead? It's going to be very, very hard as the cream does rise to the top. But there's a lot of fantastic drivers here tonight. A lot bigger field than we're accustomed to here at Slingin Outlaws here for the season finale of Volusia Speedway. But 60 big ones on the line here this evening.
60 big ones. That'll definitely motivate a guy to drive pretty good. And as he gets closer to the front, it keeps getting longer and longer intervals to pass because the guys are getting faster as he goes forward. We'll see if he can do it on his restart.
Restacked, repacked, green flags in the air, and these guys fan right out at the initial start of this race. And here comes the 313, and Thompson down to the bottom. Scott Schreier right there battling it out, trying to fit in between the middle there in the number 2 machine. But Thompson and Arincia in the 78 machine, they're battling it hot and heavy for that second spot. As it is side by side there momentarily. Now Arincia pulls out into the second.
Yeah, Arincia definitely having a good run there tonight, and really strong. And him and Minat putting on a heck of a show with Chase Thompson and Schroyer right there in the mix with those guys. So great racing up front, Todd.
Yeah, definitely great racing going on up front as they flash by that start-finish line. It is 10 laps remaining around Volusia Speedway update. Here, Capron up to 11th. In the 23 machine. I think he's going to run out of time, though, there. As there's some heavy hitters coming up through, but you can't count them out. There's still 9 laps remaining.
Still 9 laps. Anything could happen at this point, Todd, but the window is closing for him.
It definitely is closing, and it was a difficult track to make a decision like that for Jeremy Capron. I give him kudos there in that 23 machine. Meanwhile, good battle going on for the 3rd spot. J.D. Sassy down to the bottom side in the 022. Thompson up to the top there. A little bit of contact there. Those drivers fighting tooth and nail for the final podium finish here. Sassy down to the bottom side. The 313 and Thompson now drifts up the track. Looks like J.D. Sassy. Oh, contact made it. Sassy around.
Oh, unfortunate for the Sassy and the 313 and Chase.
And 313, unfortunate, making contact with J.D. Sassy in the 022 machine. Unfortunate there is the number 14, Jason Minat. I believe that's going to put Jeremy Capron up another couple of spots, up to 9th position for the 23 machine.
In a blink of an eye, Todd, his chances have gotten a little bit better.
Definitely. Blink of an eye. Have to agree with you there. His chances are getting better, but the laps are winding down. We're on 6 laps remaining. The iRacing.com pace truck is pacing the field right now, so every lap that ticks off is going to make it that much harder for Jeremy Capron and the Capron screen printing machine to make it to the top spot. And Jason Minat, your current race leader, set fast time here tonight in the feature event so far. Chris Orencia running in second. Scott Schreier up to a podium finish in that number 2 machine. Greg Thompson running fourth. Shane James coming from the Constellation event up to 5th.
Man, what a run. And look at the run for Scott Schreier tonight, man. He's made it all the way to the top 3 in a nice, fast pack, man. I mean, Scott, hats off to him. He's put on a great race. There's all the guys out here at Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Todd, I can't say enough about all of them, giving each other room. There's a couple of incidents here and there, but for the most part, really good racing.
Yeah, it's been fantastic racing all evening long. And these guys fighting tooth and nail for every spot out there. You could have a great battle going on for the lead, but a great battle going on for the 12th position. That's just how fast these guys are. Courteous and not a lot of contact, not a lot of unnecessary contact, I should say, here at Dirt Slingin Outlaws. I tell you what, season number 2, if you're not involved in it, you're missing out here. So make sure you get involved here for season number 2, Dirt Slingin Outlaws. I believe some of these races are going to be broadcasted live on Full Velocity TV, if not all of them, here on Full Velocity TV. We're just going to wait to see that season number 2 schedule to come out again here. I believe it's going to be like season 5 or 6, but season number 2 under Scott Schreier and Martin Karch. iRacing.com Pace Truck going to pull down to pit road. We're going to have 3 laps inside the green flags in the air. We're racing down the front straightaway is Jason Minot with the lead. Chris Orencia for 2. For 3 right now, Scott Schreier. Thompson now down to the bottom side here in the 313 machine. The 3 of Shane James running in 5th. Nathan Kessler for 6. 7th is David Day, Richard Spar, and Jeremy Capron. Capron down to the bottom side, making it 3 wide. He's trying to head hot through the field here. Makes a little contact there with Richard Spar, but Capron up to 8th.
8th place, Scott. I don't know if he's going to make it, but man, there's just great racing everywhere we look tonight.
Great racing going on here tonight here at Volusia Speedway. White flag going to go in the air for the number 14, Jason Minot. Is he going to be $60 richer here this evening? I do believe that if it ends here right now, we're going to be able to do it here. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. He's going to pick up the $60 here tonight of the bounty on Jeremy Capron. Jason Minot going to pick up the Dirt Slingin Outlaws super late models at Volusia Speedway here on Full Velocity TV. Chris Orencia for 2, Scott Schreier for 3, Shane James, Greg Thompson, Nathan Kessler, Jeremy Capron going to round up 7th. So 17 positions. He had to do that twice. Just remember, Capron passed probably the most cars out there on the Speedway, but going to round up 7th. Going to take home, though, the title here tonight. Aboard that number 23 machine, David Day for 8th. 9th, Joey Lamb, Richard Spar, Adam Joseph, J.D. Sassy, Steve Spees, Tyler Blankenship, Frank Gonzalez, Steven Spees, Gary Bunson, Dan Collinsworth, Eric Burgess, Martin Karch, Brett Rolls, Kyle Pearson, Spencer Swafford, and Merle Frazier. Round out your 24-car field here tonight at Volusia Speedway.
24 amazing cars. Todd, some of those names that were at the back of that are normally not accustomed to that, so this was definitely a stacked race with a stacked field.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with you. Some of those guys not normally there. We'll see if we can get a word. Hopefully Jeremy Capron stays around. I believe he won the championship. We're going to go down and see if we can get some words with these guys. So we're going to take a brief pause for the cause as we get ready for Victory Lane. As I've rolled down, ran down here, picking up a podium finish here tonight. A great way to end the season here. The super late models. Driver the number 2, the Sidewinder, Scott Schroyer, picking up third here tonight. Scott, a fantastic race here. You finally had some C and B mains here. Great racing. Some good drivers went home this evening, and some good drivers had to start towards the tail of the field here tonight. Tell us about your race here this evening.
Well, first of all, just hats off to these guys, man. This is an awesome league. These guys, I'm telling you, are some of the best drivers that iRacing has. I mean, it's a lot of clean racing and hard racing, and everybody gives and takes. And I know that some guys get upset, and it happens, man. You're on dirt and you're sliding sideways, but my hats are off to them. As far as the race tonight, I think we had actually a pretty good car, man. It kept getting faster and faster. It's just, it's so difficult to pass here when the track gets the way it is, and just to keep the momentum up. I think we had a pretty good car tonight. I don't think that, I don't know if we had anything for Spencer or Jason, but I definitely think we had a good car.
Yeah, definitely had a good car, and you worked your way up through, methodically working your way up through, and a fantastic show. I mean, 60 big ones on the line here as Caper did take that back road challenge here tonight. We know he won the championship here in the 23 machine. But it was tough for him. It was not an easy road to sled for him, Scott. We're going to talk to you as an admin standpoint of things and a league owner standpoint of things. It was tough for him here tonight to actually make that up through. And got to thank some of these guys that really put up some sponsorship money here, yourself included, bringing in 20. Then we put down 10 here in Full Velocity. In Hanover Record Service coming up big. I mean, $30 extra, so $60 is going to go to Jason Minat tonight.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And congratulations to Jeremy on a great season, man. He's tough, man. I'm telling you. I thought we had him beat one feature this year, but wasn't meant to be. And Jeremy's tough. I mean, he sets the bar, and I think everybody else is trying to get there, But there's it just, with the group of guys we got in here, any given night, any one of us can win. I feel that confidently that any one of us could win. It's just hitting that right setup at the right time and missing wrecks. We missed a couple of wrecks tonight, happened right in front of us, and in the heat race I got in teammate Martin Karch there, and I felt bad about that. I didn't have anywhere to go, but like I said, I just want to congratulate every driver in this league, and especially Jeremy. That's an awesome championship.
Yeah, definitely an awesome championship there for Jeremy Capron. But, Scott, I'm going to give you the microphone. You can thank everybody you would like to thank there that were watching tonight. A big crowd out there on Facebook Live here this evening, and a fantastic show here for Slingin Outlaws. And, man, tell them how to get involved here. I know Season 2, you're going to have a Season 2 coming off. Tell them how to get involved also.
Yeah, we're going to take at least 2 weeks, maybe 3. We're shooting for 2 weeks, and then we're going to get right back at it. If anybody's interested that's watching out there, look us up in iRacing League directory. It's Slingin Outlaws. Apply to the league, and we'll get you signed up, man. It's good. We run pro fixed or pro late model fixed races just before the super lates, which are open setups, and just get in touch with myself or Martin Karch, Steve Speece, or Michael Massey, and we'll get you hooked up, man. I'd like to congratulate Full Velocity TV for coming on this board. Appreciate that, man. You guys do an awesome job as always. GRT Race Cars, BSB Manufacturing, Broadway Truck and Auto, and of course Slingin Outlaws. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanking Scott for having the support here at Slingin Outlaws. Congratulations on your third place finish here tonight, Scott. But I tell you what, this guy's always looking for sponsorship. He's looking for sponsorship this year. If you guys want to get involved here for the next season here in about 3 weeks, hit Scott Schroyer up, or even hit me up on Full Velocity TV. I'll send you Scott's way. I know how to get involved with Scott, trust me. Scott and I are going to talk about maybe even getting broadcast on Full Velocity TV, or maybe you want to broadcast or pay for the broadcast for Full Velocity here for Scott to have those types of races, or help out with trophies or donations or something. So Scott doesn't have to foot the bill all himself, and I'm sure he'd appreciate any type of sponsorship, wouldn't you, Scott?
Most definitely. I hope the fans enjoyed it tonight. I hope you had a big crowd, and I hope we put on a good show for them.
Definitely is. Ladies and gentlemen, finishing third tonight, podium finish for Scott Schroyer, the Sidewinder, aboard that number 2 machine. We're going to get Chris Arencia down here. We're going to throw it down to Mike Massey, who is caught up with our second place finisher tonight.
Chris, what a show, buddy. How are you doing tonight, man?
Ah, man, I'm doing great. How about y'all?
Oh, we're doing great here at Full Velocity. Watching you guys put on an awesome show for us. Did you have anything for the 14? I've seen you guys back and forth, up and down. What side of the track did you like? What did you see? I mean, what did you think? Give us your perspective from the 78 machine.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. First off, I'm just gonna sit here and say, man, my teammate Jason, he won the race there, and I have Shane James and Greg Thompson in there as well. We all finished in the top five, so we were almost 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Um, those guys, dude, I can't say enough about them. I feel like I had a few more laps, so I could have reeled old Jason in, but he was hitting his marks there at the end. Um, we're always so close, but we'll end up getting ours, man. Hats off to Jason. Like I said, man, it's awesome to see my teammate win there, and the rest of the guys run well.
Yep. So this is one of your earlier nights. What did you think of the league so far? The Dirt Slingin Outlaws put on here as well, being broadcast on Full Velocity TV with normally Phil and Todd. I'm just helping these guys out tonight. What did you think of the racing here and the guys?
Well, I tell you what, man, we run a lot of the big series, week in and week out, and you come in here, man, and that's clean racing. Great group of guys that run around. Every now and then you'll hop in other leagues, and it's just, sometimes you can't even move. It's like you're in a can of sardines, man. Everybody's bouncing off each other. But dude, I tell you what, I can't say enough about coming in here and running with these guys, and to be able to run up front and put on a good show for the fans and you guys. That's what matters the most there.
Well, you guys managed to do it. We were calling your name all night, and I think Todd got it right, man. He was really having a hard time before we went live, but I think he got the name right. He said it better than I did, and I'm the one that told him how to say it.
Yeah, a lot of
Anyway,
people mess that up, but hey, it's all good.
it's an easy name. I just when you guys are putting on such a great show, it was hard for me to jump in there correctly. It's like, wow, that's how that happens, because I always tease on guys when they stutter, and here I am doing the same thing. Anyway, who you want to thank tonight?
I tell you what, man. Like I said, I'm gonna start off with my teammates. I got Shane James out there, Jason Minat, Greg Thompson. He just lost a friend, so that's big for us to get this win for him. Um, all the other guys that back at the HRE camp. Can't say enough about the work we all put in there. We got a new teammate. We just picked up DJ Kilinowski. So look for him to be out here soon, winning races. Team sponsors, Dirt All Access. Team Friday, we got MV Suspensions on board with us. 34 Raceway. We're doing big things out here at HRE, and we look forward to keep coming back and putting on a show for you guys.
Oh, look forward to having you on here on Full Velocity TV again. I'm going to turn it back over to Todd and bring your teammate in.
Yes, sir.
Good run tonight, buddy.
Sir.
Well, I'm going to make my way down to victory lane. It's been a long time since I'm going to interrupt this conversation over here. I believe he was talking to Tyler and Scott over here, but it's been a long time since I've seen him down in victory lane on Full Velocity TV, and I've seen him quite a few times here on the racetrack even. Driver number 14 going to be $60 richer here tonight. Jason Minot able to stop the big streak here. Jeremy Capron. Jason, tell us about that race. That was a fantastic show for HRE and all you guys.
Yeah, it was that was interesting. That's for sure. I kind of set myself up for the longer run there, hoping that we would get a long green flag run because this track's so hard to pass on anyway. And I went with a little bit lower gear than the rest of my teammates probably, but I was taking a risk because I was really, really hoping it was going to slick off, and it ended up helping me on that last start. It was pretty much the only reason why I could get by him, and it stuck on the outside, and I really wanted the top to come in because you had to, without moving somebody, it was really hard to pass them because the bottom kind of went away, and it's more just like a slider line. But no, I wish Jeremy would have started in the front. He'd have been tough to beat. Obviously, where did he finish? Sixth or seventh, and started dead last. So I mean, obviously, the dude is good. Let's not take that away from him. He's one of the best here. So congrats to him on the season championship, I believe. Like I was just telling Scott there, I wish I could have been here more. These guys, I've raced with a lot of these guys before, and I mean it was a clean race. I mean we had 20 some laps there with no yellow, and I mean you just don't find that anymore. It seems like.
Yeah, definitely. It's been good racing all season long. It's been live here on Full Velocity TV all season long, and I know he said in about 3 weeks they're going to start another season here. and hopefully we'll be able to broadcast those once again. And Jason, a fantastic showing, like I said, and a great race. Capron had to do that twice, you know. He got wrecked and had to come all the way back up through, so he passed probably the most cars to get to that 7th position. Man, he just come through the field, but you're able to take home that $60 here tonight, and kudos to Jeremy Capron. I can't say enough about that, like you said. But Jason, it's all about you here tonight. $60. You got 60 more big ones here coming at you. 10 of it from Full Velocity TV, 30 of it from Hanover Record Service, and 20 of it from Scott and Dirt Slingin Outlaws. So fantastic show. Thank you. We'd like to thank. I'm going to give you the microphone. Take the floor.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'd like to thank you guys first and foremost for obviously broadcasting this. And without all these broadcasts, I mean, iRacing wouldn't be taking off like it is, to be honest with you. I mean, it's getting pretty big now. And the Dirt Slingin Outlaws, like I said before, all you guys, I've raced with you in another series actually, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Everybody's pretty chill, so that's why I tried to get everybody to come over here tonight too, and it's a lot of fun. But Hanover Record Service also for throwing that little extra money on there. I'm gonna probably just put that back in our team deal, and we're getting some T-shirts and stuff made, so I'll just throw that on there and help everybody out with that. But Chris and Shane and Greg, obviously we're all working together, finishing 4 out of the top 5. That's pretty awesome. There's no slouches, that's for sure. But some sponsors, 34 Raceway, first and foremost, family owned there. Dirt All Access, HRE Motorsports. Also, as of today, picked up an awesome new teammate, DJ Kalinowski, coming on board today. So awesome to have him. Really excited to get going with that. And captain there with Envy Suspension. If you guys are looking for some good, fast suspension, Captain Jermaine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the feature win $60 richer here this evening, Volusia Speedway, Dirt Slingin Outlaws season finale of Volusia Speedway. The driver, the number 14, Jason Minot, aboard that machine, and hopefully we'll see him in victory lane a little bit more here on Full Velocity TV, as it's been a little bit since 2018, I do believe, since we've seen him down here at victory lane. But again, congratulations, Jason, and hopefully we'll see some more of you.
All right, guys, appreciate it, and I think you'll see me in the future.
All right. So we're going to throw him back up, let him party, let him have at it there, Mike. Thank you for joining me up here in the booth here tonight on Full Velocity TV. It was a pleasure having you.
Well, thanks, Todd. I was glad to help out. I wasn't the greatest guy. I'll leave it to you pros from now on, but if you ever need any help, I'll be glad to help you.
Well, it's great to have some insight from a driver that's been down on the track driving here, especially in this whole series, this whole year. I know we've been broadcasting, but it's a difference when it's from a driver's perspective. And you got to see what us announcers got to go through here on Full Velocity tonight.
Definitely got to see your side of things, Todd. I was wondering if we could get a hold of Jeremy tonight.
I don't know. Let's see if we can get a hold of Jeremy. We want to talk to Jeremy. We'll get a hold of Jeremy. Let's get a hold of Jeremy. We're going to bring him down in here. Now we're going to bring Jeremy Capron down here. Before we leave, we want to bring Jeremy down here. Jeremy, congratulations on your championship here tonight. We were going to not bring you down here for some reason. I guess I was having a brain fart. But I tell you, you passed the most cars tonight. You had to go to the back twice. Not once, but twice here tonight to bring home 7th. But bring home that championship. That's the most important thing here tonight. And you took that back row challenge, and you took it like a man here tonight. Fantastic show here, Jeremy.
Thanks, man. It was a fun season. I look forward to hopefully I can do this upcoming season. But yeah, tonight it was actually quite a bit of fun to do that. I didn't want to go to the back the second time, but it is what it is.
No, definitely. I didn't think you wanted to join to the tail end of that field again. That was just one of those racing deals. You were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and I thought you were going to motor through that. You missed quite a few other wrecks, though. Went up through the middle there, picked up 7 spots in one corner. I mean, it was interesting to watch you try to make your way through that. It made it great for the fans out there. There's some guys rooting you on out there.
Yeah, early on there, I was just trying to lay low and kind of let everybody get moving and separated there so I could avoid that kind of stuff, and it seemed to work out for the most part.
Yeah, it definitely did work out for the most part. Bringing home 7th, I mean, nothing to hang your head about. Bringing home the championship here at Dirt Slingin Outlaws. But I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours, Jeremy. Thank you for the season.
Yeah, I got to thank Capron Screen Printing. I think BladeNode.com and iRacing iFlag, Hanover Wrecking Service. I hope I didn't say them already, but Team VLR. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and I thank the guys here at Dirt Slingin Outlaws for doing this. And it was a real fun league and a real fun season.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic season, Jeremy. And again, congratulations on the championship, and hopefully we'll see more of you here on Full Velocity TV.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
So bringing home the championship here this season, Jeremy Capron, Mike, we got a chance to talk to him. So bringing home the championship here tonight, and like you said, he didn't want to go back the second time, but able to make it back up through a fantastic show here. Season finale here, about 3 more weeks here before we see maybe Dirt Slingin Outlaws on the air again here on Full Velocity TV. But like I said, thank you for joining me here tonight.
Thank you, Todd. Glad to be there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. That's going to be a wrap here for Full Velocity TV, our rendition of Dirt Slingin Outlaws. The pros were first, taking home the victory here on the pro late model side of things. And then the super late model side of things was the very, very next time here. So it was a fantastic show here tonight between the pros, the supers, bringing home the championship, I should say, was the number 55 of Steven Spees. And then the championship here for the super late models of Jeremy Capron here. So on behalf of Mike Massey and myself, Martin Karch doing all the graphic design, Josh Smith with our camera master over there trying to get all of our cameras working good, Jack Truan for being my other control guy, and all the announcers, Phil, who had a vacation night here tonight, as we're able to give him some time off here on Full Velocity TV finally. I'm Todd Stanton. Till next time, we'll see you live here on Full Velocity TV tomorrow night. Good night.